Good morning, sisters. How are you today? I'll give it some time as people start to log on. Welcome to this week's Wednesday offering. So I'm trying something new today, so don't mind this little black bit on the bottom. I've got a new teleprompter that I am practicing using today for my upcoming course. So don't mind me. All right, today's topic is sister wounds. So this is a topic that is really close to my heart, and especially with the work that I do with women's healing and also within my own healing journey. So what I want to talk to you about today is what the sister wound is, my experience navigating through it and figuring it out. I also want to talk to you on ways that you can start to heal your own sisterhood wounds. Maybe you didn't even know you had them. And then I'm also going to finish off today's offering with a couple of questions for you to take so that you can do some reflective journaling, some introspective, subconscious, unconscious work within yourself around this topic of sister wounds. So thank you all for tuning in. So much love to you, family. So beginning, what is the sister wound? So, and like everything that I teach is from my experience and what I have found these things to mean. So of course they were going to mean different things to everyone else, but let's just get straight into this. So what is the sister wound? It is assumptions being made the instant that you see another woman. It really only takes us a split second and we assume something about a woman that we've just looked at based on her looks, how she has chosen to show up today. As women, we can wear a lot of different masks, and depending on how we're feeling, what part of, where we are in our cycle, we are going to present ourselves differently. And so that is, people are going to assume things about us if that's the first impression they get and that, if they've never met us before. It is such an unconscious habit, and we do this to every woman, that we take the time to look up and down. We make assumptions, we make judgments, and we create a story, which is almost always wrong. Or, it's never going to be 100% correct, because who are we to say what looks equate to what kind of personality or the soul of that woman that you are looking at? And something to think about is that it's not always our bitchy or judgmental or negative assumptions that make us feel bad inside. I feel that a lot of the time we are also making positive, like overly positive assumptions and about other women, and then belittling ourselves. So putting these other women on pedestals, making ourselves feel unaccomplished, insignificant or unworthy. And every time we do that, no matter how big or small, it's a comparison, which is the absolute dumbest thing we could ever do to ourselves as women and as human beings, is to compare our uniqueness and our personality to another woman. Right? Am I right? Unfortunately, this is something that we have been trained to do. Watching our mums do it as we grow up, maybe our big sisters, our aunties, our grandmas, any important female figures in our lives. Seeing body shaming all over magazines from the moment we could even look at them, and bitchy female drama shows on TV where they're all just fighting each other for the validation and the, the attention of another man. Look who's scratching at my door. Hello, ghosty boy. So, another wonderful thing to add to the massive list of toxic social conditionings we now have to break away from is what the media has done to us. I told you he'd be the only male to ever come on this show. Out you go, boy. Bye. So yeah, add that to the list of toxic social conditionings that we need to now break away from is the sister wounds that we have been brought up to not even second glance at. Normal. It's normal, which is just, it's so bad. And I found that in my life, coming to a place of unconditional love within myself has been the key to healing my sisterhood wounds. And I found that in this state, that place of pure love within myself, I am powerful. And I feel no need to compare or compete with other women. I see the beauty within each woman as I see the beauty within me and the uniqueness. I have to, I'm going to admit to you, because we are only human, is that it's so hardwired, that response to judge and compare and to wish that we could maybe be like somebody else or have what they have. So my mind does go back there occasionally. And that's totally okay. There's no such thing as perfect. It's just that now I have the awareness to see it for what it is. And I don't ever allow myself to get lost in that game anymore. So let's talk now about jealousy. Woohoo! Jealousy is a natural emotion. So natural. And it's an important part of being human and an important part of having this human experience. It's not a bad word. It's not a bad thing. Although that's what it's been made out to be. Words are so important, and the way that we view words is so important. And I want to let you know right here, right now, and I hope that you take a grasp of this, is that jealousy is not a bad thing. It's what you choose to do with that feeling of jealousy that really matters. So you can, when you feel, that feeling inside you of jealousy, you can see it as a way to grow within yourself, as something that's going to spark a creation and a creativity in your life, and use that feeling of jealousy as inspiration and motivation. Or, flip side, you can turn that feeling of jealousy into envy and continue the sisterhood wound. It's your choice. It is always, always your choice. You always have a choice. And when that feeling of jealousy arises in you, no matter for what reason, it's just letting you know something more about yourself. Which is always fun, which is always exciting if you look at your journey as exciting. When you look at all of these milestones that you have of being able to better yourself, find that empowerment, find that truth, find your most unique expression. So when next time you feel that feeling of jealousy, notice it straight away and go, oh, what is that letting me know about myself in this situation? Why am I feeling jealous of that woman's achievements, her looks, her clothes, her partner, her life? Because, take yourself back, that's just an assumption. That jealousy came from an assumption. Unless you know that woman really, really well, it's just an assumption, and it's probably wrong. So my experience with the sister wounds. So I only became aware of this term within the last year, truly, truly within the last year. I'd heard of the word sister wounds over the last few years within my own spiritual journey, but never truly understood what it meant. And since becoming a Naked Awakening facilitator and holding women's healing workshops and working alongside women who are journeying through their healing and finding their empowerment, it all became really, really obvious what I have lived through within the sisterhood wounding. I was severely bullied at school. I was a dancer for many years, and a lot of people know that that's a very competitive environment. I worked in a lot of bars. You know, I did a lot of clubbing, and there was very vicious energies, lots of competitiveness, judgments, women trying to tear me down or remove me, push me to the side. And it's really no wonder now that I look back at all of those experiences, why I only have a very, very, very small group of close girlfriends. Looking back at it now, I didn't know how to really form an honest bond with a woman. And for you too, whether it is any form of relationship with a woman, whether they're your lover, your business partner, your best friend, your biological sister, just relationship. And I realized that maybe getting myself into this work, like my women's work, was something that I manifested subconsciously to help heal this within me, which is a really, really cool realization for me, that now that I've been doing this work for 18 months, I can see it now as a divine manifestation that my subconscious helped to create. And I had heard the term sister wound before, but never really understood its meaning until I held my first few women's workshops, and I heard in the sharing circles the pains that all these other women are carrying from other experiences with women growing up. And it led me to do deep reflections within myself and to research this term. So what I've come up with for myself on how to heal from sister wounds, and every woman is going to have a different experience in their own journey of healing. So I hope that these things that I can offer to you now will help you in some way. But number one on how to heal from your sister wounds is start to reconnect with your sisterhood. And that's a great one. You can already tick that off your list because you are in the Feminine Rising group, and within this group, that's what we are doing. We are rising, raising, lifting up the feminine energy, and that in itself is healing the collective. So that is healing your sister wounds as well. Secondly, start practicing self-love, self-care, truly anchoring yourself in knowing your worth, understanding how powerful your uniqueness is. No one can do what you do, just as you cannot do what any other woman can do. So knowing how special it is to be you. Our strength, we find, when we fully harness our uniqueness, is a superpower. That is one of our many superpowers as a woman, is finding our uniqueness, loving it, owning it, and using that as our strength. The next thing you can do to heal your sisterhood wounds is to forgive. Forgive, forgive, forgive. And I fully understand that that is a lot easier said than done, depending on what your experiences have been. Forgiving the little girls that bullied you at school, forgiving the nasty boss who always made you feel small. Maybe you even need to forgive yourself for some things that you might have done to other women. And this is also a realization I had after I actually, I do hold a specific event called the Sister Wound and the Feminine Rising. My girlfriend Sophie and I hold this healing circle together every couple of months. And what I realized one day when I was sharing in that space, in that circle dedicated to sister wound healing, is that I can keep telling you all these stories of the women who have made me feel shit, the things that were done to me to create these sister wounds, but maybe I have also created a sister wound for another woman that I haven't been aware of. I never classed myself as a bully. I don't feel like I've really ever purposefully hurt another woman. But in saying that, you really don't know what's going to hurt someone else. I could have said something just completely, you know, no filter, just said something to a woman, and that could be something she's held on to her whole life, and that could be a wounding of hers. So we also need to realize, or maybe you were a bully in school, who knows? We're different people now that we're adults, but to forgive others, but to also forgive yourself. Either way, we are letting go and knowing that we only have control of our present and how we want to show up in the future with all of our female relationships. Another way we can be conscious of not sharing the sister wound or allowing it to keep going is to be mindful of the words that come out of our mouths when we are talking about other women. And even if it's a joke, like we really truly have to be careful. You know, be careful what we say in front of our daughters or our nieces, or if we teach in kindergarten or school, you know, any women that might be learning from our actions and our expression. It's being aware of all the social conditioning and programming we've received growing up at the hands of fucking media and knowing that that isn't the truth. So this is an opportunity for us to see these scars that we have been carrying, the wounds that have swayed our decisions in life maybe, the old nasty comments that we have clung onto for years and allowed to define us. That, sisters. Understanding what a sister wound has allowed to happen in your life and then transform from that. Use this to begin your transformation. So this is where you might be right now, is going, oh my God, now I understand what a sister wound is. Now I see how it has impacted my life. Now I see how it might be, you know, what's the word I'm thinking of? You know, laying steps in front of you for your life decisions. But ready to take a stand now in your own expansion as a woman, and it's time to delve deeper into this wound. And whether you think that you don't have any wounding, fantastic. That is absolutely incredible. But I have some reflective questions that I'm going to leave you with for today. So you can either, if you're watching live, write them down in your journal, or I am going to post them in the comments section after I have uploaded this video. But this is for you to take some time to really sit in this topic within yourself. And I guarantee you, like I really truly feel that every single woman on this planet is carrying some kind of sister wound, whether we know it or not. There is always something deep within us, and it's all like, regardless if a person in front of us has given us a wound, like I said, the magazines, the ads on TV, the movies we watch, the drama TV shows, there's something in there that we can help to heal, to allow ourselves to keep expanding and growing and to find our uniqueness, and then to always stand in that uniqueness. So, my questions for you to journal. Number one, what are my current beliefs around sisterhood? I want you to be so true in your answers. Here he comes again. Come on, boy. When you are journaling, I want you to be so true with yourself. It might even hurt. You might even write some things down that you weren't sure were even part of your pain. So to really be honest with yourself, truly, deeply, painfully honest with yourself. So question one was, what are my current beliefs around sisterhood? Question two, do I believe it is safe or unsafe to be seen and witnessed by women? That's a big one. Do you feel safe to be witnessed? What do you do? And it's okay if you don't feel safe, because that's what we're here to do, is to get to ourselves to a point where we do feel safe. Question 3. When have I experienced another female bringing me down? List these things. And if your list is long, that's okay. If your list is short, that's okay. And maybe you might list all the things that you can remember, and as you start spending some time sitting in this topic and doing these reflective questions over the days or weeks or months, you might start to remember different things from your younger years or your childhood that have affected you. So you know, you can come back to these questions anytime. And now I have cat hair in my eye. Question 4. When have I brought down another woman or felt envy, jealousy, or resentment? Again, be honest with yourself. Maybe in another life, 5, 10, 20 years ago, you were that lady who was mean, bitchy. And it's okay. It's okay. You can admit these things to yourself, things that you have said or done that you're not proud of. It is okay. Forgive yourself. This is how we move forward. Question 5. Is there a story or limiting belief you've been telling yourself where you are giving away your power to someone else? Yeah. That is not seeing, not believing your worth. That's a big question. Sit with that one. And number 6, what is your ideal relationship to sisterhood? Have fun with this one. What do you want from your sisterhood? Question 7, what boundaries do you need to put in place around other women? Boundaries is a huge, huge thing. Question 8, what are you looking for in your sisterhood? Question 9, which women in your life do you admire? And question 10, your last one, is how can I support women in my life from a place of care and unconditional love? So I will put them in the comments below, and you can take one of those questions, you can take 2 of those questions, you can take all of those questions, right? And spend time, sisters. This is what we're here to do. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear where you're at on your journey with this. I want to hear if any of what I've said today has really triggered you. Because again, when we feel triggered is when we know we've got something to work through. Same as when we feel resistance or discomfort. It is an area for us to grow in. So I really, really hope that you enjoyed today's Wednesday offering on sister wounds. I absolutely love this topic because it is, again, a forever journey. New people come into your life, new women come into your life, new experiences. And so we've just got to be able to keep going through them. And we're all here to support each other. So I love you so much, sisters. I will see you again definitely next Wednesday for the next offering, and I'll see you during the week for the spontaneous downloads. I'm having so much fun. Yeah, please let me know in the comments just anything about this topic that you want to share, and hashtag replay if you're watching this at another time. Sending you so much love, so much sister love. And I will see you very soon, ladies. Bye.